Welcome to Indian Mound Park at Paulson Point. My name's Steve Koski, and I'm Sarasota County archaeologist with libraries and historical resources. And here we are at one of Sarasota County's premier parks that was acquired in 1994 by Sarasota County, operated by Parks, Rec, and Natural Resources. Today we're going to talk a little bit about the wonderful amenities that there are at the park today. We have a double bay boat launch where you can bring your boats, ample parking for your trailers. There is a picnic pavilion, rest areas, and on the bay side there are individual picnic pavilions that families and individuals can enjoy the setting of the bay. There are places to fish, enjoy the water side, and just a beautiful place and one of my favorite places in Sarasota County. But also, Indian Mound Park has one of the nicest preserved Indian mounds in Sarasota County. Not as large as some, but we are very fortunate that the Sarasota County Historical Commission back in 1964 in Sarasota Parks and Rec decided to acquire Indian Mound Park. Here we are at the top of the mound with a great grand oak that's been blown over by hurricanes hundreds of years ago and just sort of is hanging on. This tree could be 300 to 500 years old. And we have another grand tree. The native vegetation of stopper, oaks, cabbage palm, palmetto is the natural, much of it is all natural vegetation that was here thousands of years ago. And this shell mound represents hundreds and up to 3,000 to 4,000 years of human visitation and occupation. People who lived on the bay collected shellfish, fish. They trapped fish in fish nets. They spear fished. They were able to provide all the resources that were needed to establish a permanent residence on Lemon Bay. So we really have a little, the landscape in the mound, which was once much larger, represents a landscape of the Native Americans when they lived here. There are mounds, burial mounds, middens that are scattered over the landscape, many of which have been lost in time and destroyed through development. This relic feature has been preserved from the county's foresight. The Historical Commission in 1964, when the Intracoastal Waterway came through here, this was going to be covered by fill. And the Historical Commission initiated a research project in 1965 conducted by the Historical Commission. And Ripley Bullen published in the Florida Anthropologist in 1979 the work that involved the archaeology. And I'll show you a publication at the end of the video where you can go and see or you can go and read about the archaeology of Lemon Bay. If you looked back in time, if we could transport ourselves in time 3, 2, 1, 500 years ago, you would see activity all over the waterway. You'd see fires, smoke coming from different sites along the bay. You would see canoe passages coming in. You'd see people waving, children playing, people netting fish, people lancing fish, people coming up with their canoes. The bay would be lined with canoes, and they'd be throwing out sea turtles, fish, bushel baskets of shellfish. And their artifacts were made with all the natural resources around them. Stone tools, bone tools, shell tools, a variety of tools. But they also had wooden tools, paint, fiber for clothing, basket weaving. Anything that you have in your kitchen or tool shed were available to these people because they're doing the exact same thing 1, 2, 3, 5,000 years ago. Pottery. Most of those perishable items no longer exist, but the broken remains of their pottery and tools still are visible on the surface of the mound today. There are trails over the mound, and the bay is just a lovely place to put in your kayak, to come and sit and enjoy the afternoon, to have a picnic, to put your boat in the water and know that you can have enough room to park. So again, we're really fortunate to have Indian Mound Park at Paulson Point available for future generations to come and enjoy. And if you want to learn more about Florida Indians and Lemon Bay archaeology, we've got a few books here: Archaeology of Pre-Columbian Florida by Jerry Milanich, a 1949 edition of Archaeology of the Florida Gulf Coast by Gordon Willey, and then we go back to Jerry Milanich with Florida Indians and the Invasion from Europe, and finally George Lure's article, FAS publication on Maritime Archaeology of Lemon Bay, Florida. And this particular publication is available online. You can go to fasweb.org and go to journals, publications, journals, and the issue is, you will find the Lemon Bay issue at Special Publications number 14. Thanks again for joining me on Facebook, and we'll see you next time.